Shalom and blessings, children of Yahuwah and the truth. We are on video number 22 of Yahuwah's redemptive story. DAUD'S Spies, based on 2 Samuel 15:13 through 17:29. The news that his own son Absolom had started a revolt spurs Daud into action. I don't have the army ready, but I will not let my people in Jerusalem be slaughtered by Absalom's forces. Gather those who remain loyal to me, my family, servants, and soldiers. We must leave Jerusalem immediately. Absalom and his supporters will be here shortly. Let them take the city unopposed. Just before dawn, Daud leads his people out of the city. At the last house, he stops to watch his followers pass by. Better that Absalom takes the throne than these innocent people be killed defending me. Sorry. Roscoe, leave her alone, please. Go lay down. Lay up here. Good boy. The Levites, led by 2 high priests, Zadok and Daud's old friend, Abiathar, brings Yahuwah's Kodesh Ark as they follow Daud out of the city. Absalom may try to steal your throne, but he will not steal the throne of Yahuwah. Toda Rabbah, or thank you for your faithfulness. But no, take it back to the city. I am forced to flee, but Yahuwah's house will remain in Jerusalem. If Yahuwah sees fit, I will return to the city and worship again before his ark. But you can serve me in this way. Be my eyes and ears in Jerusalem, because you are priests. Absalom will not harm you. Use your sons to send me any messages. As Daud continues on the road, he gets word that Ahithophel has betrayed him to become Absalom's chief advisor. Adonai turned his advice to foolishness in Absalom's ears. The number who choose to join Daud grows with each passing hour. Daud meets another old friend and loyal advisor. Oh, my king, what can I do to serve you in this dark hour? Hushai, you are too old to fight with me in the battle that is coming. You can serve me best if you will be my spy. Offer to help Absalom. When you have his trust, you can report back to me through the priests, Zadok and Abiathar, who are loyal to me. Hushai returns to Jerusalem, but just in time to see Absalom ride into the city. Some in the crowd are joyful, some are somber, but they do not resist their new king. Hushai presents himself to Absalom. Why are you here? I thought you were loyal to my father. Why did Ahithophel choose to serve you and not your father? I wish to serve the one chosen by the Adonai. Very well. Now that I've taken Jerusalem without a fight, what should my next step be? Ahithophel has thought long and hard about the day he would rebel against Daud. He speaks first. I would take 12,000 men and set out tonight in pursuit of Daud. Then I would attack him while he is weary and weak from fleeing Jerusalem. I would kill only the king. Once he is dead, all Yasharal will claim you as their king. We won't have to kill any more citizens. This plan is clearly a good one. Absalom's best chance is to strike before Daud can collect his army, but Hushai knows that Daud needs more time to escape and organize his counterattack. He also knows that Absalom is a vain young man. One second, guys. Sorry, guys, I had to get beanie. Okay, lay in my lap, Bean, or sit there. You're good. Okay. Ahithophel's advice is good for Ahithophel. Of course, he wants to try to capture Daud himself. It's his best chance for glory. But he forgets one thing. Daud and his men are Yasharal's best fighters. Right now they are angry as bears who have been robbed of their cubs. If you attack and suffer any defeat, the people will say that you are weak and will turn against you. Instead, O king, you should wait until you can call on thousands of men from the surrounding tribes. Then, if you, as their heroic leader, go forth before your army, David will not be able to stand against you. Yes, Hushai. Hushai's plan makes sure that I get all the glory. I have chosen the wrong man to support as king, a conceited fool. If Absolom listens to me, David will have time to escape. David's prayer has been answered. Absolom foolishly rejects Ahithophel's advice, but Ahithophel knows that Hushai's advice will help David more than Absolom. Moreover, he knows that Absalom's defeat will mean his death for supporting a traitor against King David. Solemnly, he rides back home and gets his affairs in order. Once his will and business matters are arranged, Ahithophel hangs himself. It is a sorry end for a man who once was one of the king's wisest advisers. Lay down, buddy. Roscoe. Okay. Hushai's messengers, good boy. Hushai's messengers bring David a warning. He mustn't rest until after he gets his group across the Jordan and into friendly territory. That night, David and his followers forged the Jordan River. On the other side, they seek refuge in the city of Mahanaim, whose leaders are loyal to David. Here's some food and bedding my master has sent for King David and his friends. Yahuwah bless you. Tell your masters I will not forget his kindness. This will be a good place to muster the royal army and wait for Absolom. Yes, we will battle against my son here, but no matter which side wins, I will lose. Because he has to fight against his own son. He loses either way. Oh, Absolom, based on 2 Samuel 8:1 through 19:15. Absalom has sent his messengers out and gathered an army from all the tribes of YAHUAH'S. He leads them across the Jordan River to attack his father, King David. Meanwhile, Joab and David have gathered the royal army to their refuge at Mahanaim. Absalom made a mistake by not making sure your army supported his rebellion. We have the best fighting force around. Our skills were honed defeating the Philistines. Now that we are all in one place, his ragtag supporters won't stand a chance. Right, Joab. Give the orders to march. I'll go with you. No, David, you are the king now, not just a soldier. Your life is too valuable. Giant cousin sought revenge and almost killed you. Goliath's giant cousin sought revenge and almost killed you. Let us fight your battles for you. Stay in the city and be ready to send help if we need. If that seems best to you, I'll stay here. At the gate, for my sake, make sure to spare Absalom's life. He's still my son. In spite of everything he's done, I love him. The 2 armies meet in the forest of Ephraim. Joab has chosen the battlefield. Sorry, 1 second, guys. My apologies. The 2 armies meet in the forest of Ephraim. Joab has chosen the battlefield well. Absalom's men can't fight well in the rough terrain. Sudden cliffs, thick trees, and wild beasts are just as dangerous to the rebels as the swords of David's soldiers. Yeah, the lions, tigers, and bears. Oh my! Absalom tries to retreat on his horse, but as he takes flight, his head gets caught in the low-hanging branches of an oak tree. He's caught by his hair. While Absalom hangs helpless, Joab finds him. There, in direct defiance of David's order, he ends the rebellion in the simplest way he knows. I'm sorry, Absalom, but this is the best thing for the kingdom. Sound the trumpet. We have the victory. One second again, sorry. My king, we have won the battle. Fine, fine. What about my son Absalom? Is he all right? At the news that Absolom is dead, David climbs to the lookout above the city gate. Alone he mourns for his son. "Oh, Absolom, if only I had died instead of you, my son, my son." In his grief, David turns his back on the men who won the victory for him. Finally, Joab goes to see the king. "You act as if you wish Absalom had won the battle. Have you forgotten the men who fought to save you and your family and your kingdom? If this keeps up, all your allies will turn against you." David sees the truth of Joab's words. He makes peace with the tribes that sided with Absalom and goes back to Jerusalem. But when David finds out that Joab had deliberately killed Absalom, rage consumes him. He relieves Joab from command of the army. "But I did it all for you." However, as always, David is unable to punish his own relatives. He eventually lets Joab take charge of the army again. In the meantime, young Solomon, the prince whose name means peace, is growing up and learning from the wise men around him. I thought that Yahuwah changed his name to Jedediah, but I guess it's still Solomon. His mother never forgets the Adonai's special blessing on Solomon. Yahuwah's special blessing on Solomon, and hopes he will one day be king. Adonai, you would not have shown him special favor unless you had big plans for him. May they come to pass." Years pass and David grows old. Finally, word spreads throughout Jerusalem that the king's health is failing fast. The people know that David has chosen Solomon to be king and to build the temple of Yahuwah. But there are rumors. Family plots, based on 1 Kings 1. The books of 1 and 2 Kings and 2 Chronicles record the history of the Hebrew Empire through the years of Solomon's reign, the division of the kingdom into 2 separate nations, Yehudah and Yasharal, and the fall of both. With his older brothers dead, Adonijah believes that fate has left him in the perfect position. "My father is growing weaker by the day. As the eldest remaining son, I will surely be named king in his place. Bring all the king's sons except my half-brother Solomon, and meet me at the Serpent Stone. Eat and be merry, and any day now my father will name me the next king of Yasharal, and you, my friends, will have positions of high honor in my court." Adonijah thinks he has all the support he needs with Joab, the head of the army, and Abiathar, one of the 2 of the high priests. But not only has Adonijah left Solomon out of his plans, he's also forgotten Nathan, Yahuwah's prophet, and Benaiah, the head of David's personal guard. And unfortunately for Adonijah, Nathan already knows Yahuwah's will. That prideful peacock is so certain he will be the next king, but Yahuwah has chosen another. While Adonijah is feasting, Nathan is talking with Queen Bathsheba. If Adonijah becomes king, he will certainly have you and Solomon exiled, if not executed. If you want to save yourself and your son, do as I say. Tell me what to do, and I'll do it. Following Nathan's advice, she goes at once to David. "My Adonai, you promised that my son Solomon would rule after you, but even now his half-brother Adonijah has declared himself your successor. Send for Nathan and Zadok the priest." Nathan chooses the moment to enter. "Is it true what she says? Adonijah is trying to take the choice of the next king away from you?" "I have had one too many sons dispute my authority. Take Solomon to the sacred spring of Gihon and declare him king." Zadok and Nathan act immediately. Solomon rides his father's mule to the spring of Gihon, and there Solomon is anointed king of Yasharal. The trumpet sounds. "Long life to King Solomon!" Benaiah leads his new king to the city, where the people greet him with shouts of joy. "Yahuwah bless King Solomon!" The noise of the celebration is so loud that it reaches YAHUAH'S feast. A messenger interrupts their feast with the news that Daud has just made Solomon the king. Knowing that they may be branded as traitors, YAHUAH'S guests flee in terror. There's only one chance to save my life. Prince YAHUAH flees to the tabernacle where the people worship Yahuwah. He grabs hold of the horns of the altar of sacrifice. I cannot be harmed at Yahuwah's altar. I won't let go unless Solomon promises not to kill me. When Solomon finds his brother at the tabernacle, he agrees to spare YAHUAH'S life if he proves himself worthy of the new king's trust. The cowardly YAHUAH promises anything that he thinks will spare him. But later Solomon is forced to execute both YAHUAH and General Joab when they commit suspected acts of treason. The death of Yahuwah's king, based on Psalms 27, 46, 84, and 2 Samuel 23. After ruling Yasharal for 40 years, King Daud dies. He is buried in a tomb underneath Jerusalem. All Yasharal mourns the death of the shepherd boy who built Yasharal into a mighty empire. No matter the circumstances in his life, he always gave honor to Yahuwah. As a shepherd, the Adonai is my light and my salvation. Who should I fear? When evil men attack me, they will stumble and fall. When a warrior in exile, Yahuwah is my hideout and my strength. Though the earth fall apart, the mountains crumble, and the seas rise up, the Adonai is mighty to save. Be still and know that I am Yahuwah. As a king. When one rules over men in righteousness, when he rules in the fear of Yahuwah, he is like the dawning light at sunrise, on a cloudless morning, like the brightness after rain that brings the grass from the earth. And at his death, how beautiful is your heavenly kingdom, O Adonai. Better is one day in your courts than 1,000 days spent anywhere else. Next time, we will be reading Solomon's Wisdom, based on 1 Kings 3, Solomon's Proverbs, Solomon's Seasons, Solomon's Temple, and Foreign Fame. Let me see. Yes. Okay. And we are doing pretty good. We're getting along here in this book. There is, let me see here. Those are pages that show the scriptures that were used for this book. There's 818 pages of the story to read. And we're on page 373. So we're almost halfway through now. I love you all, children of Yahuwah and the truth, and I hope you guys learned something new. There's always a lesson to be learned in the scriptures. I love you all so much, as Yahuwah loves all of us. Baruch haba b'Shem Yahuwah. Shalom and blessings, children of Yahuwah and the truth.